Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Business Excellence Show. This is Nousheen Mukhtar, and you are watching Flemming Rontved with me, and we are going to talk about mental intelligence today and the role it plays in making leadership more efficient and effective. Good morning, Flemming. How are you?
Good morning, Nousheen. I'm good. I'm great. Good morning to everybody. My name is Flemming, and I'm your friend. And I really hope you're asking a lot of questions because learning is a two-way street. I learn, you learn, and all of us grow. So please don't put any limitation on yourself.
Yes, we are expecting you to participate fully today. So stay put and keep asking questions so that we can answer them during our conversation. Sometimes it takes us a little bit of time to get to your question and finish off the existing discussion. So don't go away, wait up for the answer, and keep on building the discussion towards what you want to know. Because we are here to help you and support you and share what we know with you. So you are the most important person in the show. All right, let's start about mental intelligence today. Fleming, please tell
Yes.
us what is mental intelligence? What is IQ? Why do we think about it? Why do we talk about it?
Yeah. What is IQ? IQ is a conscious thought. IQ is you participating, engaging, focusing on what you want, and really put a lot of effort into that and stay there because that's the difficult part. Life intrudes. You can wake up in the morning, have a great, wonderful thought about what your day is going to look like. And then everything starts happening and you forgot it. Can you follow me in that area?
Yeah, yeah,
Good.
yeah, yeah.
What
It
I
happens
actually,
many times during the day, by the way.
what?
It happens many times during the day.
It
You keep
happens
forgetting.
so many times. Life intrudes, and we forget. And when we come back in the evening, we shut ourselves in the foot because we actually defaulted to subconscious mindset. And
Hmm.
that's actually where I want to. Maybe there is new listeners here. Maybe there is somebody who just jumped in and not been in the other sequences. So I actually want to talk a little bit about, you can say, intelligence. We have the physical
Sure.
intelligence. We are born, and
Mhm.
physical intelligence. Nobody taught us how to breathe. Nobody taught us how to move your hands. If you can see, my hands is booming, and this is physical intelligence. We're born with that, and if we needed to think the process, it will take us years.
Yes. So before we start, here is someone I would like to introduce and the comment that will help us move towards understanding what people are expecting from us today. So Omar Saeed, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for sending us the first comment. And walaikum salam from Rawalpindi, Pakistan. He says how we get away from the fear that make hurdles between our business and what we want to do.
How do we get away from the fear? Is that the question? Because I can't see your questions. I'm only
Yes,
looking at
yes,
my slide.
that's the
So
question. How do we get
yeah,
away with fear? How do we control
yeah,
it?
where that's exactly where I'm loving these questions. I'm really happy about that because as we were born in the age of 0 to 7, we got the social intelligence. We
Yeah,
got conditioned limited belief. Is that right? We are
true.
told that if you don't do this, if you don't do that, you will get a punishment. Is that
Mhm.
right?
Yes, that's true.
Um, so everything is followed. Everything in the age of 0 to 7 is followed by, you can say, a punishment or a consequence. This is where we got the, you can say, conditioned limited belief, the culture, the inheritance from our parents, and we started going to school. And in school, we are taught what to think, and we are rewarded for what we know.
Yeah.
This is our social intelligence. We can say in the age of 0 to 7, we have divergent thinking, imagination. But
Okay.
the more we go to school and so on, the more we lose is that. We lose that. We have 98% in the age of 5, and according to NASA, we have 2% at the age of 20. Then we
Yeah.
have the emotional intelligence. I'm going to drop into that because I'm going to answer your question. I haven't forgot it. The
About fear.
emotional intelligence is we're very ignorant to that, but that is actually how we are energizing ourselves. That is our feelings, our emotion. And now we're talking emotions and we're talking fear.
Yeah.
Fear is an emotion. We can say that. And then we go for mental intelligence, which we're going to focus on today. And next time we're focusing on spiritual intelligence. But if I go for the next picture here, we got last time we talked feelings, emotions, and affects. When we
Yeah.
talk Paul Ekman, we're talking what are the six universal, or six, seven, eight universal emotions, which is
Hmm.
actually feeding us and releasing the good food trucks. Those are happiness, sadness, fear, disgust, anger, surprise, shame, and guilt. And
Right.
those are shown by facial expressions, body language, tone of voice, physical responses, aggressive behavior.
Hmm.
So here we have our subconscious system, and if we have our amygdala-based fear, where does that come from? In the old days, fear was coming from a saber-toothed tiger chasing us, and we ran away. And then
Hmm.
we, or hopefully climbed a tree, and the saber-toothed tiger got tired and left. That was only for, you can say, a moment or two. But now, today, we invented. So fear is many things. So how do we get rid of fear? Fear of losing your job, fear of not having enough money, fear of losing your apartment. What kind of fear are we talking about?
Yeah.
And is it something that's only between our ears, or is reality?
Hmm.
So if we could go a little bit deeper, I would say you can say that amygdala-based fear is you cannot reason that one away, and that's very difficult. But if you mix fear
Okay.
with shame, can you follow
Hmm.
what I'm saying? Then you
Yeah.
actually establish a new emotion.
Okay.
So here you can say, if I'm having fear, then I mix it not with shame but sadness. Fear
Right.
is dragging you back. It's you're going back, and sadness is making you reach forward. Can you follow what I'm saying now?
Yeah. Yes,
You lost
definitely.
something, you got sad, so you're reaching forward. Now you're mixing those twos, and that's actually gives you calm and relief.
Yeah.
Are you with me in this area?
Yes. Yes.
It's actually, you can say that there was a guy in the 1600s. He said that if you have an emotion, you need to mix it with something which is, if it's drawing you back, you need to
Yeah.
mix it with something that's moving you forward, and then you
Okay.
get a new emotion, if we can say so.
Yeah.
So how do I get rid of fear? That's a very big question, because I don't know what your fear is.
So first we have to define fear and the
Yes,
source of fear and the reasons that are causing it to happen before
yes,
we can actually look for a way of controlling and ridding of it.
yes, and that's then I actually want, to move a little forward.
Cool.
I want you to think a
Yes.
conscious thought,
Okay.
a conscious positive thought.
Hmm.
You can say that, we can say, I don't know if you can, you ride a bike?
Hmm.
Can you ride a bike, or you drive a car?
I cannot ride a bike. I don't drive a car either. That's a difficult question. You distracted me. Why you catch me off guard every time?
Ah,
Okay. No, I don't ride a bike. And I
good. Do
don't
you drive a car? Do you drive a car?
I used to drive a car, but now I quit.
Okay, but when did you
Now,
drive a car last
you should ask
time?
me why you stopped.
When did you drive the car the last time?
That was in 2016.
In year 2000,
2016.
2016. That's 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Good. If I give you a key for a car, and you put yourself in the car and turn the key,
Yeah.
can you drive the car?
Yeah, of course, because I have done it for like 7, 8 years before.
Wow, you done it. 40 years ago, but you still know how to drive the car.
Yes, yes, I know it because I did for like, I used to drive my car for 7, 8 years. Then I had an accident
Oh,
and I felt that this is not something that I feel very comfortable with. So other people should drive my car for me.
yes. So what happened for you here is you got fear, is that right?
Yes, I got into this fear that I might cause another accident, which could be horrible.
Okay, so that blocked you from driving the car.
Yes, true.
But is that your imagination talking to you, or is that reality?
I think it's an experience that keeps on reinforcing itself on me. It's not reality.
Yeah,
If
but
I
that is
take the
you.
key and drive, I think I will do fine.
But still, you're not doing it.
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
Good. You know what? I have had 3, 4 car accidents. I have totally crashed
Yeah.
2 cars, and I'm still driving
You
because
mean you mean totally crashed?
totally crashed. I was driving, and then I was driving on a street, and then a truck came, and
Mhm.
it was full of concrete. So actually, it was pretty,
Yeah.
very heavy and bastant. And then it stopped in the middle of the street. It needed to go, I think, left, so it crossed my part, and I just thinking, I'm still driving. I'm still, keeping my speed because this one are going to move, but it
Hmm.
stopped.
Yeah.
So then I had needed to hit the brake, and
Hmm.
luckily for me, I hit the brake, but
Hmm.
not in the good time. So just before my car went under this concrete car, I
Yeah.
I took my head and put to the right.
You have to
Otherwise,
save
it
yourself.
will
Yeah.
be chopped off because my car ended under the concrete truck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Another time I was driving, that was in Denmark, and I was driving, and it was ice on the street and so on, and I came to a light cross, and again a truck wanted to go. It wanted to go it wanted to go right from my side, so it was crossing,
Hmm.
and then I hit the brakes, and luckily for me, my car lifted 2 meters and turned around, but it hit
Oh.
the truck, and it was crushed. But it doesn't stop me from driving. So what are we
Yeah.
talking about here?
That,
You're thinking something.
hmm. Yeah.
Actually, when you started learning driving the car, you were looking at cars and standing outside and saying, "Wow, I want to drive a car." That was unconscious incompetence. It looks that easy. It must be easy. I'm going to drive a car. And
Yeah.
then you put yourself in the car, hopefully together with a teacher. And that you got the car, you started the car, and then suddenly you were sitting in the car looking out the window, seeing all the traffic, seeing on the instrument panel, looking at a gear shift or an automatic shift. And now it becomes conscious incompetence. After a while you're
Okay.
driving, and then you went for a test, then you become conscious competent, and after a while you become automatic pilot. Now if I need to think about how to drive the car, I am not driving a car. If I need to think the process, it's automatic pilot.
Okay.
so
Yeah,
so
because
this,
you know it so well and you've been doing it for such a long time, it doesn't cause you any fear or anxiety. You're
I don't
used to
have
it.
to
So
fear.
autopilot.
Even I came down here to Dubai because in Denmark we have rules. You can only, if I want to pass a car, I can only do that on the left side. Here you can do it on the left side, the right side, and you got motorbikes, you got everything everywhere. Even the roads, you need to use your GPS to find the way.
Yes.
So actually, I should have stopped if I had your mindset. So what are we talking about here? The fear of another accident is blocking you.
Hmm.
But you do not know if there's coming another accident. And you do not even know if you have an accident that something bad will happen to you. But you got scared. And that's
Hmm.
blocking you from driving the car.
True. That's true.
So this is a fear that's between your ears. And how many things it said, I think Mark Twain said that 95% of the things we are fearing is never going to happen.
Okay. So we should not let fear overcome us.
No, that's actually the thing I would say. That is not very very good. For me, waking up yesterday, I told myself, you know what? I'm going to call the first movers in this city, in
Okay.
governmental areas, because I really have something they need.
Hmm.
So I called the decision makers and said, you know what? I'm going to offer you for free 3 hours
Hmm.
about divergent convergent thinking, about emotions energizing your body, about going to spiritual intelligence. And we had a
Okay.
conversation, and he said, you know what? That sounds amazing. I really want to do that
Right.
together with top 60 management here. But in January, let's talk in January. And then I
Hmm.
called another governmental entity and said, you know what? I really have something amazing for you.
Okay.
And we had the same conversation. And they said, you know what? This needs to be done in January. And tomorrow
Hmm.
I have a meeting with a university because I just picked up the phone and said, I have something amazing. You really
Yeah.
need, we
To have it. Yeah. Yeah.
need to do this. And then I'm taking the risk because I'm
Hmm.
giving you 3 hours of my life. I'm giving you
Hmm.
the material. And
Hmm.
if you don't like it, just ditch it. But I'm sure you're going to like it. So
Yeah.
so this is this is the same about in Denmark picking up the phone and calling the C-suite for the
Yeah.
C-suite, which I did. That's a process. That's a training. There is so
Right.
many things we are scared of, and many of them we can't do anything about. You can't
Because
control the
we,
traffic.
yeah. Yes. See.
You,
Okay.
you
We
can't
have one more
control
question.
what?
Fleming. One more question related to fear. Now, this one is slightly different. Kinza is saying she's from Karachi. Great. Thank you for joining us, Kinza. We are very happy to have you here. She says how to handle fear during your hard times at workplace.
How to handle
Fear during your hard times at workplace.
during part-time work.
No, tough times at
Tough
work.
time at work. Is he thinking of the COVID-19?
Hmm.
Let's. Is that a tough time? Can we agree on that COVID-19 is a tough time?
Yes, it is a tough time.
Okay.
Definitely.
So what is happening here? I actually put in a post on LinkedIn yesterday about a
Okay.
guy who um, who actually benefited from COVID-19. I know a lot of people are benefiting from COVID-19. Me,
Hmm.
I'm benefiting. What I changed for my, you can say, I physically was traveling 88 countries for the last 10 years, working with
Okay.
the C-suite because I hated virtual. I didn't like it. I can't be myself virtual. But
Hmm.
now COVID-19 forced me to be virtual. Now I have the whole, everything we do is virtual, or we can do e-learning also. So that means that we now can engage with the whole world. So what I'm saying here, last time we focused feelings, emotions, and affects. You got the feeling of the COVID-19, it's stressing you out because it's touching your survival in your amygdala. You got scared. I'm losing my job. A lot of things is going to happen. Is that imagination? Are you going to lose your job? Are you going to get fired? Or is that something happening inside of your head? Is it the truth? I was doing teaching in a country who is blocked by sanctions. And every morning they went to work, their reality changed. And that means yesterday they could use this bank, today they couldn't. Are you there, Nousheen?
Yes, I'm here
Okay.
listening.
So what I told them is the things you cannot do, park them. If you can't do anything about it, if you do not have any influence, they don't need to be in your head. If you do not feed your fear, it will start disappear. If you feed the good emotions, if you have the positive thoughts, you energize your body. That was the things we learned last time. Your feelings, you see the spider or you imagine the spider, it has same it has it's touching your emotions, and your emotions is then feeding your body. So if you go into stress, you will
Yeah.
shut down the immune system, you will shut down growth if you go into stress and fear. And then your situations become a lot worse because you don't have the good food trucks in your body. If you focus on good stuff, so in a stressful situation or in every emotion needs an action. I- so in the COVID-19, for me, COVID-19 has been a good thing because I made everything virtual. I made e-learning, and yet I still have no income, but I have the pictures of my future arrival point. As I said yesterday, I called some. I'm going to give you some free because I know this works. It's been working for 10 years. So I know that this is just for a short period.
Yeah. This is temporary.
It's only temporary. You yourself, Nousheen, is having the business excellence in
Summit.
23 of January.
Yes,
How
we have.
did you dare to do that?
Because I strongly believe in the success of it. I believe that we all need to connect now.
Ah,
I believe that past 8 months have
what
been very
what
different, and we all are in need to
what
connect
did
in
you
person.
yeah, what did you which emotions did you touch in your subconscious?
Uh, positive expectation.
Happiness, expectations.
You see the
It's
smile.
yes, that's what you're touching. And what did that do to you? What was the affect?
It made me happy and excited. Like I can visualize it, and I can experience the thrill of having a successful event. You know,
Good.
the excitement. So I keep on
So
imagining again and again.
so you actually dared to invest, actually dared to create an idea, you actually dared to start moving in your passion. Is that right?
Yes.
Good. And if you do that, what is happening inside of you? The affects is energy. The affects is smile. I'm looking at you, you're shining. So you took away the negative part and focused on the positive things in life. Is that right?
Yes. True.
So the negative things which we normally can't do anything about, we can put them aside because
And think about the things that make us happy.
yes. And what happens when we think of the things that's making us happy?
We become more confident, more productive. We get busy.
Yes. So this is actually the resource we need to do. But this is a conscious part of our process. But the
Right.
conscious only works with 2000 bits per second. So we need to access conscious thoughts. In the conscious thoughts, which are the mental intelligence, we can accept, reject, neglect, and create. What you did about your event, the 23, is you started creating and took a
Creating.
decision, and you put
Sorry?
willpower into that.
Yes, put willpower into that.
You put
And then I
action.
started planning and
Yeah,
executing, like things in
you had
motion.
goals. Is that right? You had
Yes.
goals and you had actions.
Hmm.
Is that right?
Yes, true.
Then you're standing on the, you can say, value of hope.
Yes.
So here we go into the conscious part of your head, that is the IQ, where we actually, we go into the conscious part, where we have a conscious thought where you're engaging, you're very aware of what you're thinking and why you're thinking it.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's where you can move your life.
Okay.
The part is what the reason for me going into culture or social intelligence, emotional intelligence, was that there are some times that, learning to bike or driving a car is a good automatic pilot.
Okay.
But there is, we have, I say, 38,000 decisions to make every single day. We have 12,000 to 16,000 thoughts. We have 95% repeated because we are in the subconscious part all the time. It's a press a button
Hmm.
and you got to press a button, you got to stimulate, and then there is an automatic response.
Yeah.
And this is happening for us all the time. But those, like, riding the bike, driving the car, may not be very good for us. You can say those are good for us, but there may be many things in our subconscious who is not very good,
Okay.
who is mislearning, or
Hmm.
and that's where I'm saying that the way my parents brought me up 55 years ago may not fit the world today, but
Hmm.
it's autopilot.
Yeah.
So this is something I learned and made automatic, like driving the car, but it's not fitting me today.
Hmm.
It's an awkward, you can say.
So do we need
ha-
to unlearn? Do we need to
yes,
unlearn things?
yes, that's where we need to be, raise awareness of conscious quality thinking, the mental intelligence, and focus on where do I have awkward patterns that isn't serving me, that isn't showing, uh, that isn't bringing me forward. Why am I getting scared? You can say, I had a client coming to me and saying, you know what? I am 50 pounds overweight. This is not very healthy. Can we agree on that? And I tried to lose those
Yes.
50 pounds for the last 25 years. I never succeeded. And I'm saying,
Hmm.
you're lying.
Yeah.
I'm telling him, you're lying. No, no, I'm not. You can see I have got 50 pounds overweight. Yeah, but that's only a symptom. If you really knew how to lose the weight, you lost it 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So here I need to access the subconscious. As I said, it may be that we learned, if we're not journaling and paying attention to the thoughts running around in our minds,
Hmm.
which are no longer needed, then,
Hmm.
or it can be mislearned behavior or mislearned automatic pilot. If we
Right.
don't journaling and paying attention to those thoughts, then we
Hmm.
can't change the outcomes.
True. There
Because,
is a question that I
yeah,
want to share with you because
yeah,
this is very relevant to what we are saying now.
yeah,
Shah Ali Bukhari wants to know the difference between IQ and EQ and SQ. So
yeah.
that's like, hmm.
What is the difference between IQ? Emotional intelligence is the learning about you. It's, as I said, how do you energize your body? It
Yes.
is how emotional intelligence, known as emotional quotient, is the ability to understand, use, and manage your own emotions in a positive way to relieve stress, communicate effectively, empathize with others, overcome challenges, and diffuse conflict. But that we are not very well aware of. It's how to energize our body. It's how to diffuse conflict. It's how to overcome challenge. It's how to be compassionate. If we're talking mental intelligence, it's what is mental intelligence? You go to school, you're taught what to think, you're rewarded for what you know, you're memorizing a lot of things. You can say learning to drive the car is mental intelligence. Learning to drive a bike is mental intelligence. Learning using your conscious part of the brain, where you're accepting, rejecting, neglecting, creating, that's mental intelligence. If we go for spiritual intelligence, the capacity of an individual possess a social relevant purpose in life by understanding self and having a high degree of conscious compassion and commitment to human values. So this is, you can say, our capabilities that vary from one to another person. So this is the difference between, you can say, emotional, spiritual, and mental. I will say spiritual intelligence is connecting to the universe. The universe is one connecting your thought with the universe. It's understanding vibrations and intuitions. It's, for me, the 20-80 Pareto principle. 20% of my resources gives 80% income. If I only focus on the 20, I will get 80% income. If I focus on the 80, I'll only get 20%. It's focusing on, you can say, what, recognizing what I can do and only I can do. One more is, what am I good at? Finding my passion, finding my
Right.
purpose. And I may not have the ability, but I have the passion, the purpose, and then I can start doing. And by starting
Mm.
doing and being conscious, that means creating, that means rejecting all the negativity in the world. As I said, so conditioned limited belief, I'm rejecting that. I'm not accepting that. I don't have conditioned limited belief. There is a lot of people telling me this is impossible. I don't believe that. I know I am possible.
This is possible. Yeah, it is.
And if I'm standing, you say, people telling me that this is impossible is only their conditioned limited belief or their dreams, which are not coming true, that they are putting on me, their limitations. So I want to move forward. I want to grow. So I take all away the negativity. That is, if we go deeper down into, you can say, and this is for next time. You can say here, we talked about this last time, blocks, beliefs, barriers, and blind spots. I'm taking away my blind spots. I'm going into, well, I don't have that here. So you need to wait for next time um, for this slide. But I would rather go into this one because now I'm saying conditioned limited belief. I'm talking, you can say, ah, here, this one. Can you see this slide? Are you there? Hello.
Yes, yes, we can see
Sorry.
all the slides. Go
You
on,
see the
please.
slide? Positional. I'm going for. I'm going to be an entrepreneur, or I get a position as a leader. I need to stand on, you can say,
Yeah.
mental intelligence. I need to be aware of. I need to see more. I need to see before. I need to be in the four things that the conscious mindset, the frontal lobe, can do for me: reject, neglect, accept, create. There may be a lot of things, so I need to have the value of forgiveness with me of myself because I made failures before, and I know that the first time I do something, it can't be perfect. There may be a lot of other people telling me that this is impossible, and that's their conditioned limited beliefs.
Yeah, yeah,
But
true.
here I take a position and I'm moving forward in that position. I'm taking a decision, you can say. I may be, promoted. I may become a leader in an organization, or I may want to establish my own company. But I will meet a lot of people telling me, "Why do you want to do this?" I met another woman last Sunday, and she said, "I really have this vision, this dream. I'm going to do this." But I also got a super exceptional job offer, very high salary, very good benefits, and everybody's telling me, "Take the job offer." What do you think she did?
True. That's very strange, no?
Is that strange?
Yeah.
It's people craving security. It's
People
lack of,
craving security could be lack of security. That's why I'm saying, like,
yes.
if you're not conscious of absence of security, if you're not insecure, if you're not feeling insecure, you will not crave for security because you
No,
already have it.
yeah, but that's because you're not confident. That's because you're not confident about your idea. Because you got, as I said, social intelligence, conditioned limited belief. School is taking away all your creativity, all your creative thinking, because
Yeah,
you're taught what to think and learn and memorize and rewarded for what you know. There's not a lot of doing in school, is there?
yeah, yeah, true.
So you're missing your creativity, and that's proven going from 98 as a 5-year old to 2% as an adult. So when I get the position in a company, or I take the position to start my company and build my company, I will need a lot of breaks. I'll
Hmm.
need a lot of people telling me this is impossible. And I have a lot of assumptions. I also have impatience. And that may be I start up something, it's not happening, and then I'm leaving it. I go for the fitness center, I'm doing workout 10 hours and never coming back because
Yeah,
my body is hurt, it's doing something it's not done before. I'm feeling pain everywhere, and actually I didn't lose my 10 kilos or 50 kilos, so I dropped it. Is that happening for people?
it does sometimes. It depends on how they do things.
Yes. So in the moment you either get a leadership position and you want to go for excellence, you can ditch all your assumptions, you can ditch all your impatience,
Hmm.
because things are not changing from day one.
Yeah.
When you started doing something, you started your business. Did all the clients jump in the door the moment you opened your company?
No, not at all. It never happens that way.
No. Did you give up?
No, no, I made more things.
Yes, so you became very creative. Is that right?
Yes, true.
Because what you do may not work, so then you start creating. The other part is that you need to start rejecting also, because you may have people coming in the door who's
Yeah.
intimidating you
Yes.
and saying, "You want $1,000 for that? Are you crazy? It only has a value of 100." Are you jumping into them, or are you just showing them the door?
Not really. I show the value.
Yes,
The
and if
value
they
that
don't
proves the
believe,
price.
if they still tell you this is not good enough, what are you doing then?
Then we will go on towards negotiation, perhaps.
Okay,
I don't end up showing people the door unless they are doing something very, very horrible or they're demanding something which is
but you're
completely
not
impossible
standing.
for me to provide.
If you know your value, are you standing on your pricing, or are you just accepting the price he's suggesting?
No, usually we negotiate in order to make them understand the value, because sometimes people end up comparing things with other, and those could not be always
Wow,
accurate comparisons. Hence,
I'm
we need to show people why things are different with us, and hence the price is different from what they expect from other people.
I'm actually very happy you're saying that,
Thank
because
you.
looking into, you can say, looking into to what I'm doing, look, what I'm giving people, where I've been working in the C-suite, and
Yeah.
the pricing I got. I have a lot of people not understanding the pricing because they never ever experienced what I'm doing before.
Hmm.
So that's actually why I jumped and called three lots organizations saying, you know what, I'm going to give you this for free. If it's not working, you didn't lose anything. If it's working, we can move
Hmm.
forward.
So that serves like a demonstration period. where they
That's
experience something
demonstration.
to understand the value.
Absolutely, absolutely. Here, they need to understand the value because they may never seen the value I'm providing.
Yeah.
My value is not giving you the answers, because the answers is always inside you. I'm
Hmm.
just opening up, asking open, curious questions. I'm raising awareness of conscious quality thinking. I'm
Hmm.
letting you to understand that life is infinite, that there is so much more. In the moment, you get aha moments. In the moment, you start doing, reflecting, learning, improving, and doing again.
Hmm.
But in school, you learn to think convergent. That means create an idea and immediately criticize, test, judge, and then leave it.
Okay.
But here you need, if I want to do something, when I'm working with what we're working with here, the 5 steps of intelligence, this has taken me 10 years to develop.
Yeah. And
It's a
10 years is
growth.
a long period of time,
What?
and it involves a lot of experiences and a lot of wisdom.
Yes. So here I would say you can say John Maxwell found the positional leaders, the permission leaders, the production leaders, the people development leaders, and the enlightenment or the pinnacle leaders, which is the
Hmm.
5 levels of leadership. I just found out which values are combined with that and which kind of intelligence are involved here. And that
Hmm.
took me testing, monitoring, observing the C suite for 10 years and a lot of Googling. Then I have a product. And that's the
Hmm.
same with an entrepreneur. You may have a super good idea, but you want to be the expert standing out of the field. You want to be the expert so people are coming to you.
Right.
So,
Okay.
so yep,
We have a question from someone.
yeah.
It's Shah Ali Bukhari asking, what is required the most for success in life? Your IQ, EQ, or SQ?
A combination. First of all, I would say that your physical intelligence you need all the time, otherwise you can't exist. Your social intelligence, which is inheritance from parents, conditioned limited belief, inheritance from schools. The math teacher telling you you'll never learn mathematics. When he told you that 5 times, you know you're not going to learn mathematics because you believed him. You need to let go of that. You are unique, special, one of a kind, created with a purpose and a passion. You need to find your purpose and your passion. And you need to move into the understanding of emotional intelligence, which is how to energize your body. It is how to shine. It's how to release the good food trucks in your body. It is how to understand other people and their patterns,
Hmm.
in which we know patterns tends to repeat themselves. We talked about that last time. The other part is the mental intelligence. You need to journalize. You need to focus on, wow, I have this behavior. Is that
Okay.
good for me or is that bad for me? Is that bringing me forward or is that, if you stand on your emotions you and react, decision making, reasoning, logic, according, you just you're not in your conscious mindset. You may make decisions that is not at all benefiting you because you are doing emotional decision making. Can you follow what I'm saying? Are you with me?
Yes, I'm with you.
Good. So here you need to step out of your emotions and into your values, into production.
Hmm.
How do I go from a positional leader? I'm a leader in an organization. I just got my promotion. I became a leader. I now I have unconscious. I was looking at leaders in the organization and they're doing amazing. I want to be like them. Am I just going to copy them? No, leadership is an art. Entrepreneurship is an art. So I need to find my own art. So how can I move forward? Because I was looking at them and they're doing amazing. That is what I
Yeah.
call unconscious incompetence. Now
Hmm.
I need to start being a leader. That's become conscious incompetence because I may not be very good at that. I may lean on my authority, which is given to me. How do I get people wanting to do stuff? I can use my power because I'm the positional leader, and but that is not leading people. Can you follow what I'm saying? I want people to do stuff. So what do I need to do? I need to get their loyalty. I need to get their
Mm.
permission to lead them. And what is
Yeah,
that? That is building relationship. That is building trust. That is
absolutely.
consistency. And if I'm a leader, I need to be consistent. That means that what comes out of my mouth needs to come out of my hands. So this is a totally new era. This is a totally new. I need to learn a lot of stuff.
Yes,
And I
true.
need to get people to work for me because they're
Mm.
not obligated to do that. So building solid, lasting relationship, lead with heart, not head, connect with people, go along with people, earn people's trust, judgment, expertise, and consistency. That is the permission. But even I got the permission. Are we becoming too familiar? Are we just having meetings for fun, or are we actually
Mm.
producing things? We need to produce results.
Right.
That's where we can say production of results in entrepreneurship and in leadership is humility. It is compassion. It is empathy. It is trust.
Mm.
And then I need to, the next level of leadership would be people development, reproduction. But
Right.
if I'm going to do reproduction, his question was, how do I become successful in life, or how do I become successful as a leader?
No, the person wanted to know how he can make use of different types of intelligences. Which
Yes,
one is the best one to rely on in order to be successful in life?
all of them. Let go of your social intelligence, what your parents conditioned limited belief, what is told there. Focus on the emotional intelligence. That's how you're interacting with other people. I would say this is here. Response ability. Get the ability to respond. Focus on values. Stand on values, not emotions. Emotions you're using, the emotional intelligence you're using to feeding your body. You're using to energize your body, and most of all, have integrity. Then you can grow your intellect, your
Mm.
personal strengths. What is your passion? What is your personal strength? How do you manage your energy? That is emotional intelligence. Business mastery, prosperity management, that is mental intelligence. Spirituality, that is the spiritual intelligence. Social bonds, relationship, that is emotional intelligence. Intention setting, goal setting, that is mental intelligence. You need all of them.
Yeah. So
In a
success is a
combination,
is, yeah. Success is made possible when we have a mix of all of these.
yes. Only when you mix them together. And remember, your conscious, your mental intelligence can reject, neglect, accept, and create. Your subconscious, which is where you put your memories, it is where you store your. You can say when you learn something, you memorize something, you know how to drive the car, then it's stored down in your subconscious and become an automatic thought. But it may not suit you in the future. That's why you always need to take care of how your automated thoughts, and
Right.
everything is changing all the time. The world is evolving all the time. As humans, that's why we need to, you can say, journal and focus on our actions, our behavior, and how we can grow them or change them. Affirmations. We need to grow as humans. We need to raise awareness, because what benefited me 5 years ago is not benefiting me today.
Yes. So
So
with
so
time, will change and the situations will change and we will have to change with that.
You can say in my business and in your business, this year has been devastating, but I changed my whole business. I can do virtual now. I can do content for an LXP. So now I use my creativity.
For my business, it was good. It was just the events that were not happening, but we had virtual. But for
Yes,
me, it
and
was like, it was better than last year.
yeah. So actually, you grew your business because you are, you can say, social entrepreneur focusing on social media and so on. And since we can't move out of the door, we can't be physical. How can we interact with other people through social media? How do we raise awareness of our expertise through social media?
Yeah.
There is so much
There's so
virtual
much that can be
going
done.
on.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is involvement of humans. So here the question was, you need to use all of them.
Yes, true. All right. Um, we can introduce the course, the certification for leaders now before we go.
Of course we can. We have the 20th. We have next Sunday, 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock. We have a value-driven leadership professional. That's a certification from
Okay.
Denmark, where you are getting a certification. You're getting the rights to do the teaching we've been talking about today. It's only 2 hours, so we're only touching. If you want to go deeper, um, we can easily do that. If you want to have, you can say, the understanding of social intelligence, emotional intelligence, mental intelligence, and spiritual intelligence. But the value driven leadership we've been used for the last 40 years, where we are focusing on values, taking the values off the wall in an organization and planting them in the hearts of the employees and minds of the employees. That means that alignment and congruent. That means that if I'm saying integrity, everybody knows in the organization, what does the boardroom think about integrity. We are not paying lip service to the values. We are actually living the values in the organization.
Yeah. Yes,
So a
true. So this
workshop
is an
of
extremely
value-driven
useful.
leadership, and value-driven leadership is a lot easier than emotional-driven leadership.
Yeah, so this is an extremely useful experience to get your certification and make yourself a better leader. You can find the details on YesCalc website and also in the description of this show above.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for today, Fleming. You
thank
shared a
you.
lot of insights related to IQ and emotional intelligence, and I believe we all found them very useful.
I hope so. I hope so. Now I can see you again because before I could only see my slides. No more questions. Feel free to ask the questions. I will go through the, you can say, link loop and answer
Yes.
them verbally, not verbally because verbally is here, but written if you have any questions.
We've not received any questions for quite a few minutes, so I believe that we'll call it a day and join you on next Tuesday with the next episode
And that's why we're combining the mental and the emotional with the spiritual.
with the spiritual intelligence. Okay, all right, all right.
And and
I
and
look
then
forward.
what?
Yeah, no, I was just saying the concluding sentence. Go on, please.
Good. No, I'm not. Then I would say that this is all theoretical. I lived this. I would say for many people this may be theoretical. You have would have a lot of questions because you may not be living it. For me, every morning I step out of my bed. I know I can walk on water. If you can follow what I'm saying, I'm
Hmm.
just I don't have a lot of limitations. And some
Yeah.
people would call me arrogant. And actually, I'm not arrogant. I know that all of us has scars or all of us has something happening in our life. And what happened to me is totally different than what happened to you. And how it's blocking you is totally different. I don't see a lot of blocks. But many people have scars who's totally blocking them. What is a piece of cake for me would be the worst thing for you. And that's where we need to have the understanding, and that's where we have people development.
Yes, that's very true.
Good.
All right.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much for today,
Okay.
Flemming. And we look forward to having you next Tuesday, inshallah, to talk about spiritual intelligence and how that makes us better people, better leaders. Till then, take care and have a good day.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye.